shameful. That's really shameful.
First one of 2026, and that's how we go out.
First one, and you can't hear anything. So I'm not gonna say all that again. But yes, it is 2025.
2025?
No, it's not. It's 2026. I'm off my game now. I'm well off my intro. I'm reading the bloody thing now. Right. Hello and welcome. And if anyone hasn't noticed, it's 2026. 2025 absolutely flew by. But you can tell I've had a month off, can't you?
A month?
Yeah.
I'm flies.
I'm so out of touch with this right now. I'm like, what does this button do? And anyway, hello everyone. Welcome to Creators of the Doughnut Table. And as the topic goes, welcome to 2026. And today we are joined we're only joined by one guest today because the other one decided to have surgery, the selfish git. Not going to name names, but thanks for the resub, Ross. But today we are joined by none other than the big boss man himself. It is Mr. Slippers.
Wait, who is he? Tell him.
Who is
he? We got a launch already. It's taking too long.
Right, hang on. When was... I've got the file up. First of all, while I get that up, that sounds wrong. How are you doing? It's been a while.
I'm not bad, man. I'm not bad. It has been a while. It's been ages since I've been on yet. I can't remember. I'm trying to think when the last one was.
I will tell you now. Oh!
Tell me when. It wasn't that long, was it?
The 25th of March.
No way.
Yup.
That's nearly a year.
Oh, hang on. No, I lie. Sorry, 22nd of April.
No, that's still a long time. I thought you were going to say, no, I lied, it's like September.
No, because it was in March. I had Ross on the 11th, and then you and Atomic Is This Go Dead, and then we had the one-handed gamer, and then it was the stream seat staffers of past, present, and future.
My God, I should get online more, shouldn't I?
I
should get online more.
The thing is, what have you been doing with your time? That's the question on everybody's lips. Is what have you been doing?
What have I been doing? Yeah. I've been sat in this chair. No, I haven't really. I think, I'd say, go on.
Are we gonna say what happened just before when you were sat in the chair?
We will, right? So chat. I've got a green chair now, right? I don't know if you can see it, right? But literally just before Quack rang me, I sat down on the other chair, and just it buckled. I was gone. Do you know when you sat there normally and then all of a sudden you're not? I was like that. And I was literally, right, the only thing you could see on my camera was legs. Because I was lying on the floor looking up at my cam and all I could see was my legs. And I don't know how I didn't kick a tea over, right? Oh. I said to Quack, I almost wish it happened while I was live. That would have been beautiful.
The thing is, I am going to think of every reason possible to get you to stand up and walk off camera at some point. Just so you sit back down, and then, fingers crossed.
This chair's more solid. I see that. My pen, they're not much thicker than my pen. I could go, boys. I could go.
So if you just go at any point now, that's it. We're just going to see the soles of your feet,
and you'll hear my voice from very far away,
yeah. Help! I'm falling. I can't get up.
It wouldn't surprise me. All I do is bust chairs.
What?
All the time. Bust chairs. The amount of chairs I've broken over the years, just from sitting on them. I had one, right, where I broke it, not long after I bought it. It was just out of warranty. And I'd refused to get rid of it and buy a new one, right? So I got a plank of wood. So throwback now. I got a plank of wood, right? And I put it underneath my desk. But because it was a normal chair with the legs coming out, the two legs were broke, so I'd leaned the broken ones on this piece of wood and just had the other ones there. And I refused to buy another chair for 6 months because I was like, no way. I can't, no way. And then I eventually got a new one. But I break them all the time. All the time. I don't even know how or why. I'm not even I don't even sit down that hard. I don't know what's going on.
I was say, I don't think I've ever broken. Oh, no, I broke a bench once.
Like an iron park bench.
No.
How hard did you sit on that thing?
No, it was when we went to... where did we go? It wasn't Revs. Oh, my God. Basically, we were watching the wrestling, and they had, those wooden benches, and I remember it was me, my brother, and my stepfather. No, sorry, it was me, my stepfather and my brother, and I was sat on the edge, and I just adjusted, and it just went bonk, and I was down, man down.
The problem is, all right, when you sit down, you break a chair, is you don't expect it, so you just go.
Yeah.
You just go. It's legs. It's the lot. Like, okay.
Anyway, for the people who may not know you, you've been here plenty of times, but tell the chat, who are we and what were you doing here?
So I am the face behind StreamSeed. It's behind these days. I used to be on the screen a lot more back in the day. But these days it's behind. So I'm StreamSeed CEO, and it's basically my job to bring StreamSeed to the table, and now Tail, which is our creator digital marketing app. So we've been developing this for, how long has StreamSeed been going now? 4 years?
Well,
4 years?
I've been here for I've been in this chair for 2.
Probably about 4 years then.
Yeah, it's got to be about 4 years.
So it's been 4 years, yeah.
When was GSCon? Was 22?
Yeah, so we were the year before that, so August 21, I think.
That's wild, that, isn't it?
So August 21. And I was only having this conversation with Stu, our developer, for everyone who's in the chat, but Stu and Harley the other day about how long we've been in the industry and other people we've seen pop up and things we've seen come and go. But, like, everything in our space that's doing marketing or trying to help creators in that respect just doesn't seem to last very long.
No.
And I was saying to the guys, it's an achievement that, after 4 years, we're still here and we're still bringing something solid to the table. So it's been quite an interesting one, because over the last year I've been a bit AFK, been doing my house and stuff like that. So yeah, it's been a bit of a mad year, but we're still here. We're still kicking. Still going.
I can't remember. Well, I don't know how true this statistic is, but I watched a TikTok the other day, and it was saying, "Oh, the hardest thing about going live is pressing the button." I was like, "Oh God, whatever." And then it like put onto another slide thing of I something like a statistic of like 10% of people who stream only last less than 12. No, only 10% last over 12 months.
That doesn't shock me.
And you're saying like of people who've the people who've come and gone, it's wild the amount of people who start and then just disappear.
Yeah, but like the churn's like so massive. Like you think of people like that's been involved in StreamSeed or we've seen in StreamSeed and then you've seen personally. Like a handful of them will still be going.
Yeah.
But like I bet there's loads of people you've forgotten because you just haven't seen them going live or doing stuff.
Yeah.
I bet you a tenner, like the amount of people that you've watched in the past and have now sort of faded away is staggering. I bet it's massive.
Yeah. Anyway, let's not talk about like 2021 and 2022. So everyone, it is welcome into 2026, but because we have got Leon in the chair today, we might as well have a. Oh my God! I've just realised that.
It's branded, isn't it? That's it, baby.
I have. I've got lemon and white chocolate biscuits. That's all I got.
Are they called Quack Snacks? Because if they're not, doesn't count.
No, they're farmhouse biscuits.
So technically, Quack, you're a farm animal, give or take. It's
I thought he was going to say I'm a farmer. I'm like, no.
You, sir, are a farmer.
Yeah. You give off vibes of a farmer.
Farmer vibes.
But yeah, since we've got you in the chair, we're going to talk about 2026. But I think it would be only apt for us to have, as the first stream of 2026, we should really touch on what we have done in 2025. This is the part where Ross was going to pop in as well. But, like I say, decided to have surgery. How dare he look after his own damn health.
How inconvenient.
I reckon he should just get his camera on. I could change his overlay in minutes, and I reckon we should get the camera on and just see him with like his face just all puffed out and just like, just like.
I did see he sent me a picture. It doesn't look too bad actually.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like a man who's just had his head caved in. I'll tell you that now. Perhaps he just carries it well. I don't know. I don't know.
Anyway, yeah. So 2025 was a very interesting one because on the StreamSeed side, which I will cover mainly, is we hit quite a few events. And I think I'm trying to go through them in order in my head. January was quiet, but February was a very big one for StreamSeed because can you even remember?
Trying to think what we did in Feb. CCM.
Yes,
CCM was Feb, wasn't
it?
It was. Yeah, I had in my head it was March, because it was Mother's Day. So it is. It is
Oh,
March.
it is March. Yeah, so February we didn't do nothing. Don't worry about it.
No.
Yeah, so I hosted the 4th live Creators of the Dawn Table with Slayer John and Chaotic, and you were running around like a madman, and because that is the first. Was that that's the first official it was the soft launch of Tail, the announcement of it anyway, wasn't it?
Yeah, we had our banners there, didn't we?
So
We did.
Ross was the man behind the scenes and managed. How many people was in that chat after? Something like 300 odd?
Oh no, it was that. It was. Sure, it was over 10,000
I can't remember now.
at one point. Yeah, I'm sure it was over 10,000. Ross, if you're still in the chat, how many was in the CCM chat? I'm sure it went over 10,000 at its peak.
So, how did you feel about having your first love of the brand, Stream Seed, on the stage once again? Was it 4th? I'm sure we've only live 3 times. So we had GSCon. Oh no, yeah, it is 3 because Leon hosted the GSCon one. Ross has hosted the Insomnia one when Insomnia was decent. And yeah, so I've done the 3rd one then. Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
12.2k. So Ross was manning them bunch, but yeah. How did you feel about having your first brand of Stream Seed being on the stage again and managing the chat of the CCM Twitch, and then having your second love starting to blossom of Tail and having those first initial conversations? How was that for you?
It was pretty wild, wasn't it? It's pretty surreal. Like, don't be wrong, over the years when we've done your Insomnias and stuff like that, it's always been pretty surreal when you see the name on the board. Like the Insomnia one with it's me and Ross, and we're pointing at the Creators of Doughnut table on the what do you call it? Like the program for the stage. So that was like wild. But we like every year, I think we always go into every year going, right, let's see what we can do. But every year seems to get bigger or get a little bit weirder. It's one or the other. And I mean, with CCM was class because it was the first time that we sort of intimately got involved in an event.
Yeah.
And we went from, what was it, helping the guys plan it to actually building it up with them and launching that with them. And then helping out on the marketing side and then actually being on stage or being around the stage. And, 12.2k people in a live stream that's being managed by StreamSeed was ace. Do you mean it just proved that we can do exactly what we say we can do, which is help power industry events. Do you mean so that was massive for us. Then I think coming away from the production side then and looking at actually having Creators Doughnut table on stage at CCM as well.
Yeah.
But that was I think Insomnia was, how many was in that audience? Would have been about 60 roughly, maybe 50, 60.
Yeah, because we were the first ones on, so I know that was one of the.
No,
I know
we weren't, do we?
Yeah, we first on.
I thought we were second or third on.
Nope, I can tell you the running order was because there was only 4 shows. There was us, then it was the mod chat with Spring Peak, then it was Carl.
Oh no, I'm on about Insomnia.
Oh,
sorry, brother.
Oh, Insomnia.
Yeah, so Insomnia was like 50 or 60.
Yeah.
And then CCM, then when you think about how that went from 50 or 60 to, what was it, like 260 odd in the end? Give or take?
Yeah, in the end, yeah, something like that. It was.
I think that's like huge.
But like I said,
oh,
go on, give us
4 times the size. Sorry, I was thinking 4 times the size of the audience.
Yeah, but
and you and Atomic nailed that. Do you mean that was like
what's the percentage of growth? Go on.
Like 400%. All right, baby. Nah, like 400%. But it was that CCM Creators on a Table was exactly what I always intended Creators on a Table to be, because it was almost theatrical.
Yeah.
In the way that it was done. And I know you've got your background, you've done your theatre stuff, but for me that brought it to life. Yeah. Because it's a play on King Arthur, the Knights of the Round Table. It's all about being sort of loud and out there and for everybody else. And like I say, you diving off the stage and getting stuck into the audience, and just the vibe was just epic. Do you mean it was exactly what it needed to be?
Do you know what? Up until you said that, I actually forgot about that. I actually forgot I did that.
I can't hear you. It was banging. I'm surprised your knees survived.
Yeah, because I jumped off it once, and I was like, oh yeah, can't do that again, can I? So I just sort of sat on the edge of and I just remember you and Ross on the side just getting camera frame.
Yeah, move in.
Get in.
No,
But
it was class though.
so yeah, and that was like I say, that was the very soft launch and the first conversations of Tail. So how was that for you then to have? Because we've had this conversation. Tail, what is now Tail, has been in the works for, oh my god, year and a half, from its like incredibly first inception of, talking about potentially doing an app and stuff like that. Year and a
It's
half.
got a. When did we sit in that coffee shop? That was November, wasn't it? It was
Yeah, it was
or was it early in the new year?
no. It was in the November because I remember sitting in the back of the car with you, and you didn't want to know the world's result. So that wasn't it
Oh
wasn't it
yeah.
wasn't last year. It was the year before, because last year was in no. When was it held
No,
again?
it was no. It
Oh
was a year
no,
out before that.
no. Hang on. Uh, I'm literally googling stuff. League
So
Worlds
hang on now.
London.
So it went last year.
Right, so League Legends was, oh my god. So League Legends in London, which is the one
2023, wasn't it?
2024. So then we were in that, what was it, Black Sheep, wasn't it? In
Yes. Yeah.
2023.
Yes, I knew it.
Wow.
Because, right, 2023, it was we'd launched the alpha of the website for the old stream seed,
Yeah.
and that run for like 4 or 5 months before we said, right, people are buying in, they need this, but they haven't, it's not giving them exactly what they need. Let's
Yeah.
get together and put our heads together on what it is we're looking for.
Mm.
And that was November 23, because then it wasn't until I think the summer of 24 where I brought Stu and Craig on.
Yeah.
And then they got involved, and then we did more of the spec work in 2024, because it went from like just this is what we want to do to this is what we need to do. And then 2025 then was building out all of the individual bits of logic that Stu's built now and bringing that together. And then this year now we'll hopefully see, I say hopefully, we will see the closed beta and hopefully the full launch towards the end of the year. So yeah, 3 years.
So that'll be 3 years
Well,
from its initial concept.
from its initial concept, 24, 25. It's 2 years, just over 2 years. So it'll be 3 years this year.
That's wild, that is, isn't it?
That's outrageous, isn't it?
Anyway, back to my original question. How did it feel then, from having that initial idea to then having, like I say, we haven't got the full live product, but the idea is in your head, and we're in now the tram shed. You've got your banner up there as well, and you're actually talking to people actually about it. Like, what was that like for you for the very first time?
It was weird. It was weird because I'd never really spoken about it. Like I'd spoken about it out loud to you guys, but
Yeah.
we'd never had to go and sort of demonstrate it to people. So it was really weird to take it from not a concept, but from something that was sort of behind the curtain to them being something that's out in the world. So it was quite a big leap because someone would just walk up to you and go, "Oh, what does that feature do?" And then you're sort of like talking about it for the first time to somebody who doesn't know. So do you know when like we've had conversations and we're just on the level because we've spoken about it and we know what we're talking about and we just move through it. When somebody new goes, "Oh, what does that mean?" You're just like, "Oh, well, it means this," and they go, "Yeah, but how does that work?" I'm like, "Oh shit, you don't know anything about this. Actually, I've got to try and like go all the way back to give you all the details."
Yeah.
So it was wild, but it was surreal at the same time because as much as Tail has got his own brand, Tail isn't his own company; it's a product of Streamseed, so it still grows. Streamseed is still a part of Streamseed, so
Yeah.
it was surreal to see them both almost side by side, like you on the stage doing your thing,
Yeah.
Ross doing the production thing, Tail just being out there and building that awareness. It was like we had so much presence at that event. We were doing so much at that event. It was just epic. It was epic. Like I wish I'd had 2 minutes to just take a step back and just let it sink in.
Yeah.
But that was a mad event. I didn't have 2 minutes to scratch my ass, let alone do like any breathing in, like to me.
I remember when the doors had opened and you busted out that iPad and you had the running sheet and you were like, make sure everyone is yeah. And then I was like, boy means that boy means he means business. He's got an iPad and everything. You were one
As a clipboards are over.
you were one step away from having a stylus, and then you were just like, wow.
Just calling hair and makeup.
Yeah. Actually, fun fact. So, long story short, I've got a new phone, and part of the phone, I've got a little Samsung tablet. And do you know when you're just like, because that tablet you got, it's yours, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is a really old man talk. Have you got a stylus for it?
No.
So,
I looked down it because I was looking at it. No.
So, I've been like, obviously I use the pad like I would use a phone, but in a Christmas cracker, I got a stylus. Honest to God, game changer. I love it.
You're old.
I do feel about 70 using it, mind.
At what point are you going to start flipping open the leather case on your phone and using it with your finger?
And just putting my glasses on my nose and just kind of...
And just zoning out.
Yeah.
Just do a crossword on it. Come on.
I'm very close. I'm very close. I feel like that. My brother called me old yesterday because I wore long johns to work because it's bloody freezing.
Oh, to be fair, I think you're in the right there. Everybody who says, "Oh, it's not cool," that's just because they don't want to look uncool. They're willing to be cold instead of cool.
Yeah, I would say my brother.
No, they're willing to be cold instead of uncool.
I see. Hello, Supernova. I hope you're well. Yeah. So, how did you find CCM then, overall?
Overall, I thought it was sick. I thought it was a class event because we've seen loads of events come and go. Do you mean? And we've been to loads of events, but I think CCM for me, it just brought it all together. You had the on-stage stuff, which was class. You had the vibe, which was class. There was the different rooms. There was different stuff going on. The day couldn't have been any better. If I remember, it was a nice sunny day. It just everything was just on point. I thought with CCM, it was exactly what you sort of want from a big get together because you want it to be like roomy, but not roomy. You want it to be like expo-y, but not Insomnia Expo. Do you mean you want it to still be personal? I thought it just all come together perfectly.
I think as well because like I say, I know Ross was doing all the PC side and you were doing all the running around and stuff like that. But I think as from watching behind the scenes of how everything ran, I don't think it could have gone much better apart from trying to take that chicken out of that microphone with Tourette's. Sorry, gibbers.
I've erased that from memory and now it's back.
It's funny, right?
That was gross.
Everyone reminds me every now and again of like, oh yeah, do you remember when he spat the chicken? I'm like, oh yeah, I remember Ross trying to clean the chicken out of that microphone.
Do you know what? I saw the state of that microphone in 4K. I don't wish that on anyone. That was outrageous. But it was funny. It was worth it.
So, we can't really talk much on it because Ross went by himself. Ross also went to the MCR meet up in Manchester. Yep. Which from all I've heard was you can't take away your involvement, Quack. Oh, I can. I just went on stage and just nearly shattered both my knees. But yeah, so going from Cardiff to then Manchester, are we ever going to try and get up to? Are we ever going to try and do the? Is the Scotland one still running? Yeah.
Oh, what was the Scotland one?
It's Edinburgh, no?
But what was the event?
Oh no, we didn't go to Scotland.
Oh, the Twitch meets.
Yeah.
Yeah. We might do Scotland, would you? Who knows? We'll take an Iron Brew and travel up.
By the way, thank you, Mrs. Quack, for the resub. 32 months. Loud and proud.
Big player. Big player.
Yeah, so then, I'm trying to do this in the order of my head, but I feel like a biggie happened that was a kind of a hush secret for a little while. But it was a big one because you were invited to, correct me if I'm wrong, it was Manchester as well, or Liverpool, for a certain TED Talk.
Yeah, do you know what? I was like, where's he going with this? Where's he going? But not TED. I was going to say I forgot we did that, but I didn't forget. But it's one of those where it was a bit different.
Yeah.
So you think, oh my God, yeah, we actually did that.
But wild. The weird thing is as well, is like, these things happen. Even though, like, you know, the TED Talk thing was a big wild one.
Yeah.
And like, it sticks in your mind. And it's like CCM. It's like, it sticks in your mind. I remember standing on the stage, but until you said about me jumping off stage, I completely forgot about it. Even though everyone was like,
2025.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, that happened. Oh, I forgot about that. So talk to us about the TED Talk then. Because you went up with Simran? He was the
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Simran from Format runs the northern quarter, or is involved in the board of the northern quarter of TED,
Mm.
TEDx. And I've seen TEDx for years. Do you mean like professionally, just in general? You'd always see like things pop up to do with TED and TEDx. But I never thought we'd get involved in something like that.
Mm.
And it was pretty wild. So I think, what was it? Ross had gone down a bit earlier to set up and get things going. I got there a couple of hours after it started. But it was very different vibe to what
Mm.
to creator events we've done. You walk in, everybody's suited and booted up, like, and the event was just surrounded by different camera crews and different guys. There was photographers. You had Ross. You had loads of people like sort of chaperoning around the event. Loads of security type stuff going on. It was very sort of prestigious compared
Mm.
to what we'd be used to, which is like your creator get-togethers, which are always a bit more friendly and personal and that sort of stuff. It was definitely more corporate,
Yeah.
but it was class. What a weird and wonderful thing to be a part of. Like,
So no, I was going to say when you was like, "Oh yes, corporate," and I'm mad. I was like, "You absolutely loved that, though." I can
I
imagine you
did.
just sat there, like Ross is just like, "Oh, I get to record now on like this amazing stage," and then there's just you going, "Oh, I love this. I love. Oh, that person in a suit over there. Oh, yes, yes, sir,
Oh
yes.
man, I was coffees and croissants.
Oh yeah.
Croissant. I was
Oh,
living the dream.
I
Like,
bet. Oh, do you know what? I bet you walked in that conference room and it just stank of coffee, didn't it?
I can't remember. Stunk of vibes. No, I don't know. I can't remember
Uh,
what it stunk of.
I can just.
It was
I'm just saying it
Go
now.
on.
It just smells of just I don't know a Starbucks.
I wish.
Everyone's
No,
having coffee in there,
Starbucks coffee's like, yeah,
and then you got Ross then
yeah,
on a what was it, mango loco monster.
yeah, pretty much. I think I brought him down his lunch because I came later, and
Yeah.
I was like, "What do you want?" He was like, "Something with chicken and a monster." I can't remember what the flavor was. It was either the Doctor or the
Oh
mango
yeah,
one.
the doctor one. Yeah, of course. Um.
It was one of them.
So yeah, how does it feel? Because we will get into the tail side of things in a minute, but like, how does it feel to have the the branding of TED or TEDx, and all of a sudden then it's got Streamseed next to it again, and this
Yeah.
brainchild of yours is now is now associated, even if it's just this one time thing and never happens ever again. You can turn around and in 30 years time you've given up on Streamseed and you've just gone, do you know what, I'm retiring from all this. You can at least turn around and say, yeah, TEDx and Streamseed were a thing, even for that brief moment.
Completed it, mate. Like,
Yeah. How does that feel now that it's not only it's going to have it's done, like it's over and done with. Like, how does that feel for you now?
I think it's wild to look back on it, and similar to what you were saying just now about not remembering things.
Mm.
I feel like 2025 is a year of not remembering things, but when you sit down like this and actually talk about it, like what we achieved last year was sick.
Mm.
Do you mean with CCM, like the 12.2K viewers coming in and that being managed, the on stage creators doing the table, go into TEDx, being a part of something with such a prestigious brand and being sort of heavily involved
Mm.
in that and becoming that official media partner for them and for format. Like when you look back at some of the stuff we've done like that, it's been wild. And I just think like when I think of Stream Seed, it was always we're going to solve these marketing problems.
Yeah.
That's what we're here to do. And Powered by was a way to sort of show people that we were real and get involved in some industry projects and build up a bit of credibility, but also sort of showcase a little bit of what's possible.
Yeah.
So when you see things like StreamSeed and TEDx, and there was a point where me and Ross were stood in the TEDx audience. I think it was just after the speaker had come off, where it was in between speakers doing a break, and on the stage you had the projector, and it said StreamSeed and TEDx with an official media partner.
Mm.
And you just think like stuff like that, like those sorts of memories. We just think, man, we absolutely rinsed that. That was like class. And I know Ross is in discussions about future stuff, with TED and with format as well. So
Yeah.
the doors are they're definitely not closed there. Do you mean for this year? So who knows what we're going to be doing next? And like say, if we look at our track record so far and where we are now, the journey and what we've completed has been incredible. Do you mean I have no doubt that we're going to go bigger and better again this year
Yeah.
and the years that come as well. Now, especially now the tail is starting to come in as well, and we've got that other arm. There's just I don't see any way for us to slow down. If anything, now there's too much to do and not enough people to do it,
Yeah.
and that's the boat we're in,
Yeah.
which is a good problem to have. But yeah, I don't think we're going to slow down. So to answer your question, like I just think it's for me it's mind blowing every time I look back on it. Is to see this little seed of what began as that little project that's grown arms and legs and done all the in between. It's just sick.
It's like I say, it's just weird when you think of it. When you came up with this idea of, oh, what can I call this idea? As Stream C, and then you come up with this idea, and next thing you know, you're in. Because where was it? Was it Manchester, wasn't it? I can't remember what it was.
When no.
TEDx.
When I come up with Stream Seed.
No,
TEDx. That was Manchester.
So then, yeah, like you say, you sat in, wherever you sat, come up with this idea. I love the way you're still thinking. With this idea of Stream Seed, and next thing you know, 5 years down the line, you're in Manchester, and you're in the same room, and like you say, you'd see the projector with TEDx, cross Stream Seed media partners. Do you know what I mean? It's a wild. I can't imagine if I spoke to the Leon back then. I thought, you know what? In about 5 years, you'll be doing something with TEDx, and you'd be like, nah.
Yeah.
Why would
I don't even know how we would have bridged that gap.
Yeah.
5 years ago. Do you mean?
But yeah. So then, right, hang on. Ross has wrote a big thing because, right. A note on my side with the TEDx stuff is that not only is it rogue, but the fact that they were so cool to let us brand stamp all the content we shot and made and then upload onto their official channel. Yeah. And by the way, happy New Year, Rukang.
Happy New Year.
Rukang is in here.
I don't know what I was going to do there. I was going to wave. I was going to do a little salute. I don't know. You can have a dance.
You could. Oh, okay, we got a dance instead. Yeah, because the thing is as well is like Ross has really had the opportunity this year to like get his camera and just record. I'm surprised at some point he hasn't recorded you sleeping just to get a focus on a certain lens or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Work with some lighting and all that kind of stuff.
Maybe it's on the cards.
It might be in the like deleted files on his PC. You don't know.
I hope they're not deleted. At least make use of the content, Christ.
Because I can just imagine him just working with lighting and just shining on your head, and you wake up with just this light in your face. What are you doing? Sharp, I'm just working on some lighting angles. It's fine.
It's like I feel like I've ascended in bed. I'm like, oh my god, it's all booting off.
I can just imagine him just going like, stream seed work. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, that's the behind the scenes recordings. That's the blooper reel. That is.
Stream Seed After Dark, yo.
Yeah. Yeah. So then, Ross then went up to again. I think it was Manchester. I'm almost convinced Ross is going to move to Manchester at some point because everything happened in Manchester. Because then he went to Creator North and did some stuff up there as well. Again, how are you feeling about Stream Seed hitting so many events last year? Because I think since we've started, this is the most events we've done in one single year.
Yeah, for sure. I think what have we done in previous years? Like maybe 2, 3 at a push. Whereas this year was just like game on.
Yeah.
And right now Ross has put a mad effort in this year to be at different events. And I've gone to some of them, but not as many as him, obviously. And he's just absolutely creamed it this year, event-wise. And we were talking about... Go on, sorry.
No, I was going to say, you said, Christ, I did do that. That's what I mean. It's like even Ross is like completely forgotten because there's so much has happened.
Yeah.
And that's what we're discussing today is like Stream Seed stuff. It's like, obviously, you've got a new house and basically gutted it. Ross has got his own new house as well. I'm trying to survive in this world as well and stuff like that. So like, we've still got so much of like real life stuff as well.
I love that. I'm trying to survive in this world.
Hey, plus as well, I'm trying to make it sound good because I haven't bought a house.
Sorry, you bought a 3D printer now.
I have.
You'll be fine.
I have. Ross, you don't know this, but I bought a 3D printer like 2 days ago. I can print off a bunch of stuff now. I was gonna say I still got the Stream Seed cards from CCM, but they're far too they're in that drawer very deep. But yeah. So how do you feel about Stream Seed hitting so many events this year. Because, like I say, it's been a lot of events this year, more than we've ever done.
Yeah, I think it's been class. Like I said, it's been an interesting one because we've always hit events, we've always done events. Do you mean? And we've selected certain events and gone to certain events. But I think this year's been interesting because we tried to do a mix of different events. So we've done like CCM, which was, relatively big. We've done, what was it? The TEDx, which again was quite a big event, not expo size, both of these, but still big for what they were doing. We haven't really done an expo this year. Oh, well, we did do a format.
Well,
So format
we would have
was
got to that. We
huge.
got to that, yeah.
We'll get to that. But yeah, what I'm trying to get at is we've done such like a spread of different types of events. It hasn't been like, oh, we'll go to Insomnia
Yeah.
and that's it. We've just gone to like loads of different ones. And like the biggest thing I'm gutted about this year event wise for me was, or one of them at least, was the Creator North. Because I was going to India when Creator North happened. And I was gutted because I was gonna Tilly from Creator North had asked if I wanted to do the panel or be on the panel,
Yeah.
and I would love to have done the panel. So that's on my agenda for 2026 is to get on a panel. But
yeah.
I was gutted because she was like, "Oh, do you fancy it?" Or she was speaking to Ross and said, "Would Leon be up for it?" And I would have absolutely been up for it if I were half a world away. So that's a regret from me this year is I couldn't do the panel stuff. But I think just in general, like I said, to be fair to Ross, just getting to all of these events, capturing different types of content, seeing all the different things that's come out of it, has just been epic. And he probably is now. It's almost like trying to live up to it again this year now and do some more stuff.
If you think about it, like CCM was held in a venue that, famously in that December had Jojo Siwa on the stage. So we've been on the same stage as Jojo Siwa.
Who's that?
You know Jojo Siwa. You don't
Do I?
lie. Don't lie. You
Jojo Siwa. I'm gonna Google it.
right. The fact that you don't, if you're trying to pretend now. He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna.
I don't.
Get it off my favorite page.
I'm singer and dancer. Oh, okay. I know the face.
Yeah. I just know that she was in Cardiff. I know she was in the Tram Shed in December. So we've been on that level of stage. Then, like I say, the MCR meet, again, another close venue. TED Talk was, without, like you say, it wasn't expo level, but it was a fair size venue. And then we had Creator North, which was held in a skate park. So, like, even venue-wise, is just, like, it's all over the shop of, like... But at the same time, it's like, well, that's what we're willing to pretty much go and do. We're not going to be, oh, well, that's in a skate park. Oh, well, none of us are really skaters. Like, can you imagine... I can imagine Ross on a skateboard. Do you want a pair of skates?
I could do it.
Yeah?
Got my ass, but I could do it.
Would you skate or would you blade? Because roller skates and roller
I'd
blades.
blade. I was for a second, and I was like, "What's the difference?" And then it clicked. No, it'd have to be rollerblades, wouldn't it? I couldn't skate. I'm not edgy enough.
See, I'd go on a skateboard, but I would just like sit on my ass and just be like,
Just travel around like a little go-kart, like
well, Ross is
old
doing
school style.
180 kick flip ollies.
You're just naming every skate move you know.
I would say I literally have got 180, a 180 Johnny with an ollie of a grind. There we go.
180 Johnny.
Yep.
What does that even mean?
Well, 180 is like, 180 in the air. I don't know what a Johnny is, and grinding is when you grind on the pipe.
I know what grind is. I'm more interested in what a Johnny is in a skateboard reference. So come on now. Let's dig you out.
Give me 5 minutes and I'll think of something. But until then, and then the last one, which I went to. By the way, by the sounds of it, Leon, you didn't go to many events to do. Went to TED Talk, went to CCM. You only went to the big ones.
I went to CCM. I went to TED.
Aye.
I went to. Why can't I think of the name? It's escaped me.
Oh, you went format.
Format.
Sorry, hang on. We get to format first because format was before the second CCM.
So I've done at least 3. Don't do me like that.
Yeah, but you've only gone to the biggie ones. You ain't coming to the small times like me and Ross, grinding it out on our Johnnies.
I go to all of them.
Aye.
No.
Sorry, did they have a Stream Seed event in India, did they?
Yeah, they did. That's why I was there.
Yeah,
Stream Seed Worldwide. Sorry,
exactly.
bro.
Anyway, yeah. So format that was a big one as well because
That was
we've
interesting.
had a talk about it, but we haven't gone like proper in depth with it. But how did you find format? I know Ross lost his lights up there.
I think he lost his lights before he got there.
Oh, was it?
Or was it up there?
I can't remember. All I know is, do you remember the very old big light thing that you gave Ross years ago? And then he palmed
Oh, the
off.
big.
Yeah, yeah. And then he palmed it off to me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I palmed it back.
Oh, he's had it back.
He's had it back because
Oof.
it sat behind this desk for like a year because I've got the LED lights instead. And I was sorting out the attic, and Mrs. Quack was like, "Can we just get rid of this?" I was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." I was like, "Neither of them want it. It's fine." So literally, it was the day it was going to the tip, and Ross's
Yeah,
partner
yeah.
was like, "Oh, do you remember that light we got?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Can Ross have it back?" Like, hell yeah. So now it's back in his house.
That's lucky.
But now it's not coming back to mine. I don't need it.
I'm just gonna drop it off your front door.
Oh yeah,
It's
100%.
happening. I did find my other ones. So I had like I've got another. It's got to be like another 4 year, and like a big one that sort of hangs over. Just from like the photography days. Got loads of them. So I'll just drop. I'll just keep haunting you with them over the years.
Yeah,
Every year on your birthday, they'll disappear.
Every now and again, it just one turns up like an abandoned baby on the door. Please look after my lights.
You'll just hear it like dimly in the dark. They'll call you.
Anyway,
That's
yeah.
what you get.
MCR. Halloween. How did MCR bloody because Ross has said MCR. Format. Sorry. How did format go? How was format?
Format was really interesting. So when we normally go to these events, we normally like make an appearance on stage, or we'll do some production stuff, or we'll go for us and we'll have a bit of a wander. We'll engage with people. We'll work with people. The format this year was a bit different because we'd set up the creator zone or the content zone, not the creator zone. So we'd set up the content zone, and we had sort of Ross on the one side doing recorded content. We brought in a big swimming pool, and because it was Halloween, we themed the swimming pool to be a grave.
Right.
Sounds like really morbid now I say it, but it was like a big like 7 foot swimming pool filled with like different coloured balls, and it had a gravestone sellotape to the back, duct tape baby, and that was all sort of set up. And then he had a couple of knives and bits and pieces in there so people could dive in, they could have their pictures done. There was all sorts of stuff. And we had loads of people taking pictures in the pool. It's actually really quite cool. And then what they'd given us was a bar, but it was like a bar inside a wooden like shed.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And we'd like just bought, and it's probably still haunts Ross to this day, but just tons and tons and tons of just white spider web.
Right.
And I spent, no, I shit you not, like the best part of an hour just decking this thing out in spider webs to the point where you'd walk in and it was just like around your face. But it was class. It was like a proper grotto. It had like the PC set up at the back. It had a monitor so people could see themselves on stream and do different things like that. It was quite cool. And then you had spin the wheel stuff, and you had freebies, and you had bits and pieces going on. We had a couple of big bean bags so people could chill out. We know format the year before, people were a little bit concerned about being able to sit down, so we had a couple of bean bags brought in. We had people sit down, and we were chin wagging and going back and forth. And it was really good. It was quite nice, actually, to have a zone and just sort of have people come and join us. But I think what both me and Ross probably missed was just being out in the world and causing a bit of chaos, having a bit of a chat and getting stuck into things. So I know after the format event, we had a bit of a chat about what we wanted to do in 2026 with events.
Yeah.
And I think what we both said was, as good as it is to have a zone, and we'll never knock the idea of having a zone, we quite enjoy being a bit more on our feet and being a bit more out and about, like the format before, where we'd worked with, it was Leonie and Ethan.
Yes.
And we were interviewing people, we were doing different stuff. Like, that was great because we got to see the event, we got to be involved in the event. We recorded different bits of content for us as well. And then when we went to the after party, Ross sat with different creators, got some different takes, got some different stuff going on. And it was just like a really like, we were just mobile and we could just do things in the moment. Whereas when you go to zone, you can't really leave the zone.
No.
So I think creatively, even though we made the most of it, I think we also maybe felt a little restricted because the zone was quite big as well. I don't think the zone was meant to be that big.
Yeah.
So when it happened, we were glad to have the space. Don't get me wrong, but like it was. I think having the zone is something we'd probably not go for. I'd
Yeah.
never say never. Do you mean if we're working with people, we're teaming up, we're doing stuff, I think it's great. But I think our power was coming from a content side as well. Being able to create content with people is
Yeah.
where I know Ross definitely excels. Do you mean?
I think as well with stuff like that, sometimes people can be like, even with your lovely faces being like, hey, and all stuff like that, and Ross's booming voice of you can hear from 3 counties away, sometimes it can be quite intimidating to just walk up to a bunch of people and like, hi, like,
Yeah.
right, can I talk to you? But then if you, like, say, if Ross is walking around with the camera and he, like, at the very first CCM, you know, he can just be like, you know, you can just be a group of people at the table and be like, hey, do you mind if I just record something real fast for you? They don't, because you're going to them, they then all of a sudden don't feel that pressure. And as well, it kind of pats them on the back a bit, like, oh, they've come to us. Oh, okay. Clearly we caught their attention. So,
Yeah.
but like I say, if you get the opportunity to do a zone, you're not going to say no, but you can also say like, oh, but is there a way that we don't have to pretty much camp here for the entire time? Because the thing is as well, is like, if you go to an event and say that the attendance is not great, well, you're just standing there watching like, well, there's 6 people over there, there's 6 people over there. I could just go talk to them, but I can't really leave this space without someone trying to nick something. So, like I say, if you had the freedom to maybe go about a bit more, now you know this, you'd be like, oh, well, I'm going to go over there now and talk to them people and make use of my time.
Yeah. I've always said to you, haven't I, about ROI? Like, how much can you get out of an event if you're going to go?
Don't. No, because the amount of, like, I've been talking to someone from CCM, and basically he's been coming to me for like advice on content, and I have to say, I was like, Leon has ruined my life by one simple question: why? I hate that question so much, because if he's like, oh yeah, so I want to do this, I go, why? Oh yeah, but I don't really want to do this anymore. Why? If you can answer the why, I don't particularly care what the answer is.
No,
but you just have to question the why. And every time after a while, I go, I hate Leon because he's literally put this in my head of why and the ROI.
ROI,
I'm
telling you now, it is a curse, but at the same time, it's a blessing.
It is a blessing, because anytime I want to do something, I go, why do I want to do that? Oh, because of this, and this, and this. Alright, cool. That's my answer then. That's fine. But yeah,
at least you answered the why, bro.
Well, yeah. Ross goes, I think we really missed having a show presence. If we were to have a zone next time, I'd want to schedule and conduct our own shows. I think that's...
Don't judge me.
Oh, please fall, please.
I don't want the chair to go.
Please fall.
I've got to move the chair. This is when his leg's in the air. No, I'm good. I'm good.
Oh!
Safe. For now.
Honestly,
Feels a bit rickety, but I'll live.
Do you know, if you go at any time, I will show this at the start of every single stream. I don't care. I don't. I have the power here. I have the power. I will do it. It will just have it will just be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then this clip, and then hi, welcome everyone to Creators of the Dawn Table.
Have you seen it when the DJs like take random sounds and he gets like and the song starts? It'd just be like
yeah. So then after format, I went to CCM. I went to the one in Steinbach. That was an interesting one, and it was really funny because I don't think I've actually told you, but me and Mrs. Quack rock up, and Carlton's on the door. First of all, I keep forgetting how hench he is, right? And he just looks at me, and instead of just going like, oh, it's happening, Quack, he goes, hey, it's Mr. Stream Seed Man. I was like, what's that, mate? Right?
Stream Seed Man.
I was like, I hope you're not going to just call me Stream Seed Man all night, but okay. But that was a very interesting one, because, of course, going from the tram shed to Steinbach was incredibly different. Because, obviously, the venue being much, much smaller, But I will say one thing. If you ever do something, and if Carlton or Mr. Jibbers or Nathan or Elijah ever watch this ever back, yes, I am pinching your idea. But hey, what's content creating if not pinching an idea? Beyblade tournament. Beyblade.
I heard about this.
Honestly,
I loved Beyblade as a kid, man.
Right? So, I knew the Beyblade tournament was happening, but I was like, oh, well, I don't have a Beyblade because, I'm a father and I'm 35. So I can't really afford to go into Tesco's and buying a Beyblade, even though I was tempted. And Jibbers comes up to me and he's like, "Oh, you doing the Beyblade?" And I was like, "Oh, what do you mean?" And he was like, "Oh, you just literally come up to I got an iPad, just sign up." And I was like, "Oh yeah, but I haven't got a thing." He went, "Oh, do I? I've got like 4 of them." We'd think. All right, then. Okay, no worries. Honestly, if they were, do you know, the first CCM, Tret and Carlton, they were the headline when they did the hot ones.
Hot Wings thing, yeah.
Yeah, that Beyblade tournament was it. Because literally there was so many people there and it was so good. And as well,
Do you know what? I wish I could have seen it.
It was there is a certain bigot-headedness of me as well, because I get called up, again, never played Beyblade at all. But if you asked me at the time, yeah, of course I have. Yeah, watched it all the time. Never watched a single second of it. And then the girl who was supposed to be facing me wasn't there. So I'm there now, and then Ginger Viking starts just going, quack, quack. And then literally, 20, 30 people are just going, quack, quack. You wanted to see my ego. Oh my God.
So like...
Oh, I thought I was Rocky Balboa. If Mike Tyson walked in that room, I would have gone, "Come on, mate, I can take it."
You would have chinned him.
I would have decked him, because I was pumped. I was just like, yeah. And then they were like, "Oh yeah, she's not here. We'll do it again." I was like, yeah, "Okay, yeah, no worries." Then Mrs. Quack went up straight after me. Again, never played Beyblade. She went, "How do I put this on? How do I put this on?" So Jibbers pretty much did it for her. She ripped it, and it just went halfway across the room. So I just turned around and I was like, "Yep, she's not with me. She's not with me."
She's not with me.
No,
I was there 20 seconds ago milking this, and she comes up and kills people with a Beyblade.
Yep, and then... and then I get called up again because my opponent's ready. I was like, "Yeah, come on then. Because it was best of 3. I lost both times, and I was just like, "Well, I feel stupid now, don't I?" So I just...
Sorry.
I just saw...
In that moment, it was yours, brother.
Oh, yeah.
It was yours.
At the time, like I say, I could have taken on the world. Afterwards, I remember I just looked at Blythe, Cymru, and Ginger Viking, and I went, "Should have talked shit, really, should I?"
Oh, no. Always talk shit.
Oh, yeah.
Always talk shit. Go big or go home.
But yes, as Mrs. Quack said, I mean, everyone was supportive and laughing with her. Nobody laughed at it. It was all with her. It was all in jest. Apart from the person she nearly took out.
I was going to say, apart from the person knocked out on the floor.
Yeah, with a Beyblade stuck in their nose.
If you're going to go, that's a good way to go.
Yeah. And as well, another big thing from CCM, it was at the one in March, and this one as well, was Hope Rescue. They were very creative in what they were doing, because if you remember at the first one, they did the Tekken dance map.
Yes, yeah.
Which I won, by the way. And then the second one, they hit... I hated them by the end of it, because they hid pictures of cats around the entire venue.
I heard about this.
Right? So, if you want Hope Rescue... Blue Cross, not Hope Rescue. Sorry, it was Blue Cross. Sorry. Sorry if Blue Cross are watching this. Yeah, they hid cats around the venue, right? But you know what? All she said was, "I haven't hidden them outside."
Oh, and that's all you got.
That's all we got. So what you had to do is you had to go around, find these 10 cats, and take a selfie with them, and then basically you spun the wheel, and you could have won whatever. Like, I've got a... What did we get? We got two jumpers, a woolly hat, and a medal.
Some solid merch.
But, honest to God, trying to find those 10 damn cats. Because one of them is like, as you're talking to them, it's behind them. on the wall. Then one was like on behind the bar. One was, do you know, like on the little hatch that they have on bars. So like the
Yeah,
staff
yeah.
there was
Oh,
one
no way.
tucked round the corner of it, and I was just like, who's gonna spot that? There was one by like the DJ deck, and we even went outside. We were like, she must be lying to us. Oh my god, it was so hard.
It's not a big venue though. It's just a quirky venue.
Yeah.
So like, I can imagine that was a pain in the arse. Like,
Oh my god, but it was super fun. But when we went back, she's like, "Have you fun all 10 cats?" I went, "Yes, I have." Please, I hate you so much right now for whoever hid them. I hate that person with a passion. But yeah, that was good as well. And like I say, going from the tram shed to Steinbeck was a very different vibe, but there was still a good turnout. But I think what I said is, I think people have worked out now. Do you know, like, remember the first one in Revs? It was really busy, but it was a lot of people who just thought of, oh, I don't really know what this is, so I'm just kind of gonna go. This one, I felt like, even though it might have been because the venue was different as well, I felt like the people who were there knew what this was about, and they now... people knew to go there to socialise for, whatever, for their Twitch accounts and their thingy account. It was, like Mrs. Quack said, it was much more chill, apart from Beyblade, that was quite chaotic. But it was nicely spread out, and it was nicely done.
Yeah.
And like I say, people were there for the right purpose, instead of just, yeah, let's just go. And
whereas like, go on, sorry.
No, as I say, like after the March, CCM, I felt after a certain time, people left to just go to Cardiff. Whereas I felt with this one, it's either they just stayed later or not many people left. Do you know what I mean?
I'm with you. I think the CCM March one I thought it was class because it was bigger, but it was knocking on the door of Expo. Do you mean it was getting close to, like, the only way you'd go up from there is to have more brands, more on stage stuff, more like interactive stuff, and then you start to become an expo. Whereas I think the CCM Steinbeck, like you say, it sounds a bit more, let's have 5 minutes, have a bit of a chin wag, have a bit of a laugh. We're in a bar, so we can just crack on. There's no pressure. Whereas when you're in somewhere like Tramshed, you're very aware that you're in a venue, like a venue that you are watching something, not just being in.
Yeah. Ross goes, the Revs one was very experimental. Yes. And then Mrs. Quack has gone, I think the expectations was low, if that makes sense. The expectation was networking, meeting up with friends. Yes. And I think with the Tramshed one, like you say, it was more of an event. More of a show. But I don't know what the boys have got planning for 2026. But if they did stuff like that each year, a more bigger show one and then more of a chill one later, I think that kind of works, because the first one you can kind of like show off a lot more like brands and people you want to work with and da-da-da-da-da. And then the second one then is just like, it's just chill.
Yeah.
So, with all that being said, Tail obviously is in massive, like you say, from the first CCM in March. Go.
You didn't see nothing.
Well, you reach for something, because I just seen the clip. It just clipped back by there then.
Yeah, my light fell. I was like slowly catching it, but not fast enough. Well, okay.
You had Tail at format as well, which with much more of a solid structure behind you. How was that for the format compared to when you did it for CCM?
So it was much better at format because we'd launched it, so it was out in the world. So people who are following us knew a lot more about it before they'd come there. So you weren't sort of taking it from scratch. People had seen what it is we were doing, and then they were asking questions about what we were doing. It wasn't just like a raw on the night sort of thing. But then because we weren't doing all the running around as well at CCM, the actual conversations at format were more tail based. So we were just there for Tail and for Stream Seed as opposed to trying to do a million and one things and have conversations. Because that was the only issue with CCM was I was running around doing stuff and then somebody grabbed me and go, "Oh, can you tell me a little bit more about Tail?" And I'd be like, "Let me find you in 2 minutes. I've just got to go and deal with this a minute." Whereas we didn't have that at Format. We could just be like straight up having conversations. And there was a couple of conversations at Format with new people, so people who hadn't heard about Tail before. A couple of the guys from Northern Ireland come to mind, where they were just quite curious about how that works because Northern Ireland based, they were like, "Oh, we haven't really seen a lot of, creator events in Northern Ireland, let alone, stuff that's helping creators as well, and being able to see them in person." So it was quite good actually to be able to just open up and have those conversations straight up instead of trying to almost butcher it a little bit. But the fact that we released Tail was massive. I think it was just a lot more obvious on what we were trying to do. The only thing I wish I had was a couple of Tail t-shirts, but
I don't know why. I thought you were saying the only thing I wish was a cup of tea, and I was like, what's that got to do with anything?
Plenty of tea. Plenty of tea.
What's that got to do with anything? Oh, I could talk about Tail all day, but I could kill a cuppa.
Oh, bro, you know me. You know me.
Yeah, you're never far from a cuppa. Right, so with that 2025 being done, any lasting thoughts of 2025 in terms of Stream Seed and Tail, if you would want to sum it up?
No, I think we did. I think we did all we could do with Stream Seed and Tail in 2025. Like I said, personally, it was a very busy year for me. I know it was a busy year for Ross. I know there's been lots going on with the team and people doing different things. And it's just been, I think we've done everything we could have done in 2025. There's always like in my head, it's like, oh, but we could just do a bit more. We could just do a bit more. But it's never easy to just start doing everything. You can't do everything at once. No. And it is difficult. But I think 2025, we laid a really solid year for Powered By and the development of Tail. I catch up with Stu and Harley quite often, and he's going through all of the code for Twitter at the moment and how all the Twitter stuff will work. We're going to be looking at TikTok and Instagram next as well, but just on the Twitter side alone, all of the logic is, he said it was around 1,800, 2,000 lines worth of code just to get the brain of it the way it needs to be.
Okay.
So he's working his arse off. And I just think we're pushing so many different directions and doing so many different things that, we can't have hoped for a better year. Do you mean with the size of the team we got and the skills we got? I think we've done as much as we can. So I've come out of 2025 super positive, but I'd like to 2026 now has got to go up a notch again. So it's working out how we do that. I know, like we'll go through some of the Tail roadmap stuff now, but it's got I think it was a solid year, 2025. And I got no complaints.
And of course, as well, I'm going to pat myself on the back a little bit. Obviously, we did the. Thanks, thank you very much. Obviously, we had the live show as well, but I will say we didn't miss one single week for Creators of the Dawn Table. Granted, I messed it up where we had to do two in 2 weeks because I got the dates wrong, and I'll have to shout out to Atomic because when I was making the list for 2026, I went, Atomic, hey, look at these dates. You went, yeah, basically from June on, you got them all wrong. I was like, oh. So I had to, luckily, nobody was booked. So I was just like, I'm just going to have to rejig all that.
Yeah. I didn't what? It's just a mid-year mix-up, isn't it? Mash it up in the middle of the year. Let's go.
It sounds like we missed one. That sounds like
he's pulling it.
We didn't.
He's pulling your leg.
Trust me, I was vigorous. Like, I messed up the date on the 1 week, but other than that, and I only missed one show as well because I was on holidays. But we didn't. We've been here every other week, all of 20. Well, from I want to say June of 2024 up to now, every other week we've been here. Even when we
June
had
24.
Something like that.
When did you take over?
Tell you now. Even though last year was the first time I've had a guest cancel on me on the day. That was a scary one.
Just do it on the night.
Oh, that terrified me. So the first time I officially took over, where we were celebrating creative success with Lady Doll and Atomic. And that was June 18th. But I've been pretty much a regular, since at least 2024, because the first stream was me, you, and Ross goal setting and tracking, and that was the 16th of January of 2024. I don't keep tracks of this at all.
I was going to say, you've not got a diary of your brother.
I have not kept an eye on this at all. But yeah, there was a couple in up until June where we missed a couple, but since 18th of June, every other week, either myself, Lofty, or Atomic have been here.
No, that's banging, man.
So that's not bad, is it? That's another.
That's banging, that is.
That's again another. Like you say, just from the brainchild of you, of like, oh, we should do this other show and we should do this stream and stuff like that. Which, it started off in what was that website called? Gather.
Oh, throwback. I loved Gather.
You loved Gather.
I loved Gather.
But like when we used to have Gather, and then when what was the stream name? The VTuber now. I want to say Cookie. It's not Cookie.
You know about Nixie?
Nixie, yeah. What was her name before?
I'm not too sure.
I can't remember. Anyway, so yeah, when she used to host it, you hosted it for a while. Ross then hosted it for a while. It's.
Yeah.
It's again. That's
it's changed hands, hasn't it?
That's another very long lineage of Stream Seed as well, and a very big. And it's until you sit there and you think about it, it's a very big part of it. Pastel Ninja, that's the one. Why was I got biscuits in my head? But that again is a very long lineage of, like I say, just of hosts itself.
Yeah.
It's gone through a massive transition. Like I say, from having in Gather when we used to have that little table and the little avatars, and if you walked off, you couldn't hear them. And then what was it? The Office, where you had the little go karts as well.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Remember the Gather parties we used to have? We used to do the event. We used to do the event things, and then we would
brand parties.
And then we used to have Going Gather, then, didn't we?
Because Harley go nuts and build like all weird and wonderful worlds together.
Wow!
Do you know what? I just went to the Gather.io website, and it says domain for sale. They're gone.
What?
The end of an era.
Well,
no Gather.
Do you know what? That should be that leads beautifully into 2026. Because when are we going to buy the domain of Gather and bring back creators of the Gather? Gather's at the Doughnut table.
You can buy now for $119,888. So unless you got a spare bit of pocket change lying around.
Well, I know how much I paid for that 3D printer. So no, I do not.
120K.
Is anybody
for the Gather domain?
Mrs. Quack, Ross, Lioness, Mama Joe, Games Guru. Have any of you got a couple of grand? No. I don't see
$100 grand.
Yeah, I don't see anybody jumping out at the the thing.
No.
Right, 2026 then. So, what is Tail got planned for 2026? You got the roadmap there. I know you've been itching with this roadmap.
Oh, I'm eyeing it. I've been eyeing it for the last 20 minutes.
You love a roadmap.
I do love a roadmap. I love the color of this one because it's Tail branded.
Anyway, so come on, man. What you want? What you're willing to reveal? What's the roadmap looking like?
No, to be fair, right, I'll go through most of this actually because I don't think any of it's like super confidential. Not what I'm seeing. Just before I do, hi to everyone in the chat, by the way. Games Guru, Lioness. I've seen the hires and bits and pieces pop up, but we've been deep, man. We've been deep in the conversation. So I'll come back. I just need to say hello before I moved on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think there's anything too confidential. So I'll go through it a little bit and give you guys an idea of what's coming up. So I've broken 2026 into 4 quarters, standard. Quarter 1 for us and Tail is the new age of creator marketing. So you guys might have seen on Twitter today I think it went out, that we're going to be launching Tail's TikTok account.
Yes.
So Streamseed has got a TikTok account, Streamseed has a Twitter and an Instagram, but Tail is going to be specifically TikTok. Did I say Twitter twice then?
No, TikTok.
Maybe I didn't. My brain like hardwired back the other way. So yeah, Tail is going to be TikTok only, and then any news about Tail through Twitter and Instagram will be fed through Streamseed's account. And that's just because we want to focus as much energy onto visual content, being able to showcase us, the brand, the app itself, any prototypes, that sort of stuff, any ambassador things. I'll come on to them a little bit in a second, but there's loads of things that we want to display for Tail, but we want to display visually. I don't know if you've experienced the same, but I think Twitter is okay, it's informational based, but it seems to not be as what's the word I want? It's not as connected as it used to be, I feel. And I
No.
just think for me personally, is visual. We need to be where the people are at, is where our guys are at. So for Tail being a creator digital marketing app, we need to be where creators are. Do you mean?
Yeah.
And I don't, as much as we'll keep Twitter for Streamseed, I think TikTok has to be where we put all of the effort for Tail.
I don't know about your Twitter, but mine's full of Gronk do. Was it Grok do this?
Kronk.
Gronk.
Do you know what that reminded me of? Kronk from the Emperor's New
Yeah,
Groove.
yeah. But yeah, mine's just full of Grok. Make this person look like this, which Elon Musk
Yeah.
apparently is starting to take legal action about, which I find hilarious.
How do you take legal action on something you've created like that, though? I mean, it's AI. It is what it is. You've given it that ability.
For anybody who doesn't know what I'm on about, apparently people are posting pictures, and you can ask Grok, its AI, to create an image of basically whatever you want. And a lot of people have been like, "Ooh, put this woman who's shopping in Asda's like in a sexy thong or whatever." But do you know what? Do you know, right? I love the internet sometimes because I hate it because it's just perverse, but at the same time, I love it because the amount of people have said, like, if the amount of people are like, make this woman hold a Bible and have a father figure next to her.
Yeah,
And it's
I've
just
seen a couple of them.
it's just completely trolling it, and I absolutely adore it. It's lovely. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, Twitter is very much. I don't know. Twitter's very much in a transitional period. I feel because, like I say, it doesn't feel nowhere near as that community and connection and stuff like that it once was, even like 12 months ago.
No, not even close. Like we used to do loads on Twitter, and we'd get loads out of Twitter, but it just doesn't feel like people are quite connected. And I'd say, oh, maybe it's just us, maybe it's the type of content we're posting, but even when I'm on there and I'm scrolling through and I'm seeing different types of content, different types of people, it just doesn't seem to be like anything's really doing well. You see like one or two big posts with lots of likes and lots of bits and pieces, but like the Grok thing now is just all about like this Grok stuff.
Yeah.
And then nothing else just happens. And then you get like one account like Donald Trump's account, which everyone always batters and stuff like that. But you don't see any of the sort of the day-to-day stuff going on there anymore. It just
No.
feels really like really targeted towards a certain type of content.
Yeah,
And I think as much as I like Streamseed being on there, I think to put Tail on there and to really drum Tail would be it's an ROI nightmare. Yeah, baby. So we're gonna go TikTok.
the why is questioned. So why are we doing this? Oh, I don't know.
The why.
The why.
And Games Guru, it's not a brew anymore. I've been drinking this for the best part of an hour and 20 minutes. It is just water in this cup now.
Yeah. So what else is on this roadmap? Since we're going to TikTok.
Go on. So yeah, new Age of Creator Marketing Q1 goes to TikTok. The account kicks off next week, next Monday, the 12th. So there's going to be lots of emphasis on what do we got? Features of Tail, benefits it brings to creators, working with creators, staffers, different people in our sphere to sort of embody Tail and bring it to the top. So it's not just about, like, say, me just talking about Tail. It's about bringing everybody who's been involved in the journey and getting that out there. So I know Ross is going to be using the powered by side of Streamseed to really build up that portfolio of stuff that we're going to be putting out. And I know he's going to be working with the developers a little bit more as well. So hopefully we'll get more behind the scenes stuff from those guys. So there'll be that big visual piece, and there'll be everybody involved. I think what else we've got is I'm working on an ambassador pack at the moment, and that ambassador pack. So we got our focus group, and that focus group is almost like our first wave of ambassadors, and we'll be sort of trialing the ambassador pack with those guys and opening that up and getting them sort of going through TikTok and working through TikTok with Tail and trying to get stuff built up. But then they're like our not test case, because the focus group are quite close to Tail, but they're our first sort of wave. And then what we'll do then with all the learnings from those guys, we'll look to kick off an ambassador program in around Q2. So Q2 we've called Show and Tail. I love a little pun, but Show and Tail Q2, we'll start to see more ambassadors coming in then. So that's when we'll start to work more and more with people as we go into Q2. I think the only other thing to mention on Q1 is the website will be updated with a app roadmap. So it might not be like feature level, but it'll be social media level, and it'll go into sort of the app's progress in general over the next couple of months, because towards the end of this year we want to be looking at a launch. So that sort of covers Q1. Q2, said a Show and Tail. Let me just read my roadmap and see what I've got there. Oh, so Q2 is actually quite interesting. I say that like I'm surprised. The Q2, we're going to be layering in a prototype. So between people have seen concept art. We've got the website, it explains the features, there's all the bits and pieces. We know we've got a closed beta, but that's sort of looking towards the end of Q2, Q3. So we've got a bit in the middle where we've sort of gone, well, we want people to have something and to feedback on something and give us their thoughts, not just the focus group, but the wider world as well. As we ramp up on TikTok, we want to make sure that the people of TikTok and the creators that we're trying to help have something they can be involved in. So in that Q2, we're going to be looking to introduce a prototype. So it won't be like a closed beta where you can do different things, but it'll be interactive. So instead of just looking at concept art, you can walk through the app, you can walk through examples of what it'll put out, and it'll give you a bit of a better steer on what it is the app's going to do and bring it to life a little bit. So Q2 will be a really interesting quarter for us. I'm just thinking if there's anything else in there. Closed beta signups will cease prior to the closed beta drop in Q3 as well. So part of the TikTok drive for the new age of creator marketing at Q1 and Q2 will focus on bringing people to the closed beta. So people will sign up for the closed beta. But then before it drops in Q3, then we'll close that sign up. So it's a little bit of a call to action to say, well, if you want to get involved, head to the website, sign up for the closed beta, because when that does drop off in Q2, there's no going back. Do you mean you'll be waiting until launch then?
Yeah.
So I think that sums up Q1 and Q2. Bombard me with any questions you got, because I know I just dumped on you a little bit there. So my bad.
I'll ask the questions for what I think the chat would ask. Right, TikTok. Right, the closed beta one. Who's that open to? Like, is that open for everyone?
So it'll be open to everyone who signs up. I think it depends on how many people we need. So our focus group will tests with a small number. The closed beta will increase that number. So I don't know if we're going to put a limit on that yet. It depends on the amount of interest. If we get a couple thousand people come through, we might just run with it. But if it starts to get, let's say we blow up and it goes tens of thousands, it might be right. Let's take 2 seconds. We're gonna decide who we bring into the closed beta, and it's not going to be like stat based or anything like that. It'll just be around sort of different types of people and getting different types of content creators involved, so we can get a wide test. But yeah, it depends on the amount of people. And like I said, if it's thousands of people, I'd be happy inviting them all. But if it goes higher than what we can reasonably handle, then I'll probably
more selective.
Scale it back a touch.
Yeah. So then because I know somebody in this chat who can hear my voice is beginning me thinking, when would you be looking at a full release? Because you're saying 2026. Are you looking like December? Like what? Like
So I'm looking Q4. So Q3 is going to be closed beta drop.
Yeah.
The Q4, we're looking at a first release.
Okay.
So there'll be versions of it, Jimmy, where we'll release it and then we'll up-version the app and it'll be updated. But I think by Q4, I want to get it out in the world in a good state. So I'd want it to cover Twitter or X, TikTok, and Instagram as the three main ones. And then we'll look to add more then as we go through time, because eventually it'll cover as many of the key social medias as possible, but we need to release it with at least TikTok, Instagram, and X, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
And I will say this as a disclaimer of that this roadmap is on the version of that everything goes to plan.
Oh God, yeah. We have
So
built in some wiggle room,
yeah,
but yeah, it needs to be somewhat close to plan.
yeah. Who? Because you're saying you're gonna go live on TikTok next week. Are we gonna be seeing your face? Whose face is gonna be the face of Tail?
So we're going to be seeing a bit of Ross.
Ooh.
We're going to be seeing a little bit of me. I'm looking at launching my own TikTok. It won't be next week, but it is going to come soon after.
Right.
And then we've got the ambassadors and the focus group. So I want to be reaching out to those guys and getting some of that involved. I think Ross has been having a couple of conversations. So he's building up a little portfolio of stuff, and we're going to be looking at a post per day. So it's going to scale, but it will sort of go through a strategic sort of growth. So, and we'll, like I said, there'll be staffers, there'll be focus group people in there, there'll be ambassadors in there as they come on as well.
Yeah.
So it'll be talking around Tails. So I think from the website, there's around 20 key points that I wanted to really focus on, but then also then allow people to use their creativity and talk about it in ways that they see fit that's in line with their brand as well. So yeah, I think there'll be quite a widespread. I don't want it to just be like my face or Ross's face. I want it to be
Yeah, you want to show
not a community, but have a presence. Like
yeah, that. But I know the word community is a bit of it's not a sensitive word, but it's a bit of the word. But like you want if this app is to help help people and stuff like that, you will want the voices of the people you are trying to help.
Yeah.
Like I say, it's all. I've always said this. Is like it's great having your face on it because hey, you're the boss man. It's great to show the boss man's face, but you yourself are not a creator, so it's great having your face, but at the same time, what's the point of having your face? Because you don't really, you're not a creator.
Content.
Yeah, you don't create content, so it's like this. The you being live is the content you've created, which it may not necessarily be what people are after. Do you know what I mean? Like say, TikTok, you have Twitch, you have Kick, you have all stuff like that, and there's a wide variety on all different types of platforms. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I think it's about everyone. It's never been about me, this sort of stuff. And I think it's nice to come on and talk about Tail and Stream Seed more strategically, but in terms of the actual creating content, that's your guys' bag, that is. And the proof is in the pudding when you guys believe in it, Jimmy.
Yeah. So as we look to wrap things up, as we look at 2026, to touch on the event side of things again, because we've got the rebirth of Insomnia, which on my side of things, as in Quackman Panda, not speaking for Stream Seed, I'm not going to that one. But you never know. There's people, tickets are selling, people are wanting to go. You might be a person who's bought a ticket, Leon.
I haven't.
Oh, I said you might be.
But we've got our own little LAN, haven't we? It's a bit different for us.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for the dates on that. Itching.
I'll have to have a look at what they said. I haven't seen the post.
But
yeah, I don't feel the need to travel up. Sorry.
No, they've said they're going to do an event in 26. I'm just trying to think of like when they do it, they leave a good couple of months in between. So it's not like they're going to be like, oh, in February it's going to be in March, but they always do it around a bank holiday as well.
They do love a bank holiday, and I hope they do the extra day. That was class last time.
Yeah, I much prefer the extra day. So what events would you? Because like I say, we've got the resurgence of Insomnia. You have DreamHack. That's
Birmingham.
Because that's one that I haven't got tickets, but I plan on going to. Depending on as well if LAN kicks me in the butt or not, because I've got a feeling it will. I wouldn't mind going to Timeless.
Yeah, I did have a quick chat with Mags when we were up in Format.
Yeah,
I'm thinking about that
because
it'd be nice to go up.
Yeah, and to be fair, after going to CCM as more of a chill, it's actually quite nice to just go to an event and just, if I don't want to do anything for an hour, I'll just sit there and talk. And it's nice to get to know people, and like you say, even talking about Stream City, just like people who I wouldn't necessarily have a conversation with. I'm like, I'm part of the thing, and then you know, like say Carlton will come around and go, hey, Mr. Stream Seed. I'm like, they're like, what's Stream Seed? And I'm like, oh yeah, it's this thing I do. So, and even having a talk with Spring Peak, you know, me and him talked about an hour about like Tail and what your plan and stuff like that, and all stuff like that, which a conversation I probably wouldn't have had normally. So, yeah, which ones would you like to hit up going into 26?
Oh, interesting. So I'm curious to see what comes out of Ted and format this year.
Yes.
Just being that we did some good stuff with them in 2025. I am interested to see what the guys in CCM have got going on because, like I said, I couldn't get to the December one, but I am interested in going to the next one. So I'm interested to see A, what they're planning to do, and then B, then actually just be there and maybe just enjoy it as me instead of worrying about doing whatever I'm doing. So
Yeah,
that's a nice local one as well. Because the problem with a lot of events is they're miles away.
and
But the CCM ones are good.
That's why I kind of want LAN to get announced quickly, because then if it's in August, I'm like, right, timeless is out the window. But I don't want to kind of sit on it for a couple of months thinking, oh yeah, I would love to go to that. And then LAN comes up, I'm like, ah.
Cooked. Yeah.
Because
no, I agree. I think it'd be like May.
LAN always wins.
Do you reckon it'd be like a May bank holiday? Do you reckon it'd be something like that?
When was the first the first one that I went to was in the summer. Let me check my lanyards.
It might have been summer. It was when we had the
Spring.
Well, it was the, what do you call it? The Northern Lights, wasn't it?
Eurovision was on.
Of all the things,
Eurovision was on. Eurovision was on. Because I remember the following year, it was me, you, and Ross playing pubs. And I remember you was on the one screen and Eurovision was on the other one.
You are a sad act, my man.
You should come to RawCon 26. Lisa, where, what, where, who, what, when, why? There's a RawCon.
You Cardiff based in RawCon.
That's the I know the first one was.
Because the guys did Revs, didn't they?
Yes.
If I remember right, Lisa.
Yes.
And that was like a year. Was that a year or two ago now?
That was the same year as the first
CCM.
It was just before the first CCM because it was in the same room.
Yes, it was. It was in Revs. When's the next one, Lisa?
I know.
Be interested to know.
She just comes in, drops this knowledge, and I'm like, didn't even know it was. Hang on now.
Done. Cooked. Out.
But yeah, would you, in a more of a Stream Seed Tail capacity, would you want to go to like a DreamHack or as well the biggie, because I know Ross is butt is itching for that one, is BlizzCon, the return of BlizzCon.
Oh, I know. BlizzCon is on the menu. I'm not gonna lie. I'm bussing for BlizzCon. It's one of those you just go. That's a once in a lifetime.
Yeah.
But for me, I couldn't not go to BlizzCon without asking Blizzard the question. What opportunities are there for Stream Seed in America? Do you mean, what could we be doing in the States?
Do you know what the one thing I would absolutely love to do, because I'm still looking for guests for all of 2026, not all of it, but for some of it. I want to try and get an American on. I do, because we've never had an American on. No, at least not in my lifetime.
American what?
An American content creator.
Oh,
on Doughnut.
Well, what did we have? Well, we did have a couple back in the day.
But not in my lifetime.
Not in your lifetime, no. Not in the golden era of creators of Doughnut Table.
No, not in the peak area of the golden era of Doughnut Table, as I would like to say.
Yeah, the golden era of COTDT. Exactly. That's the quack era.
King Crazy goes, you tell them and you're fired. Nice. He's gonna fire his own missus. And then Defo got something going on for this year. Well, if it's in Cardiff, I'm definitely interested in that. If it's in Manchester, I'm less but somewhat interested. Depends on how long. Oh, they have sponsors there too. Yeah.
We have to keep eyes peeled, Lisa. We will.
Yes.
Crazy. Keep it in check. Can't be leaking the deets too early. Like.
Right. Yeah. So we've had the review of 2026. What is your predictions? Your feelings going into 26 in Stream Seed's world and in Tails' world?
So I've got a good feeling about Stream Seed. I think it's going to be our biggest year.
Mm.
I think last year would be a pretty hench one to top, but I think with Tail coming in, I think we're going to be firing on both fronts now. So I think this is going to be a massive year for us. So we're going to have to I'm going to have to hurry up and finish my house. so I can get a bit of time back.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it'll be a big year for us, and I think it'll be another interesting year in the wider sphere. So talking content creation in general, I don't know. It's an interesting one. It's an
Mm.
interesting one because TikTok really took off last year. Do I think TikTok's going to be continue on that road? Probably. Um, I tell you what, like Kick dropped off the map for a little bit, but I've seemed to be seeing a bit more of it again lately. So I don't know what's quite
Mm.
happening there. But I never really hear much about YouTube, even though it is quite big and it exists.
Yeah.
But I think the conversation is very much TikTok, isn't it? So I think we'll
Yeah.
continue to see a lot of growth for TikTok in 2026, which is part of the reason why we're funneling tailed through TikTok. So
Yeah.
um, I'm trying to think what we've seen or what we might see from content creators in 2026. Have you seen much change in what people are putting out in the world?
So I've noticed people are going to TikTok a lot. But then I've also seen a lot of people now. It's actually like it's 50-50. Some people are just diving into games, but a lot more people now are just diving into just chat-ins.
Yeah.
And it is very much affirming confirming my thing of that gaming streaming is on its way out. I can
I think we've
watch,
seen that for a couple of years, haven't we?
yeah, but it's happening a lot more now. And like I say, with TikTok as well, with the accessibility of just going live from your phone, it's really just ramming home. Right, yeah, people are just chatting now, and it's doing well. Like I've been more willing to embrace just chatting ones lately, and they've probably done done better than a lot of my gaming ones. So,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, so that's an interesting one as well. Obviously, I know a lot of people are multi-streaming on TikTok and Twitch at the same time. Yes, I don't feel people are multi-streaming, but I don't know why. I find multi-streaming was really popular at one point, but then it's just sort of again kind of died off. And the people who I find do multi-stream a lot tend to weirdly stream on YouTube, and I'm like, is there a market for that? But you know, views do very well on there. From like I know Johnny Beard does, and he does very well on YouTube. So yeah,
It's quite interesting. I feel like if you're on YouTube, it's having the long form content back in as well, isn't it? But
yeah, um, yeah. So as well, because like for Doughnut Table, I still want to do that. I want to try and get something new, like another side show going on here as well. I've got an idea, just still need to iron it out with Lofty and Atomic first before we go to the
yeah,
head honchos. But yeah, I want to try and by the end of do I date? No, I don't want to put a date on it. But by the end of 26, I would like to have at least 2 shows running on this. Even if we did one through, because you were saying about Tails TikTok, even if we did a Stream Seed TikTok one, because do you know what? I've never actually said this aloud. I've even considered of going, instead of doing a Twitch Doughnut Table, how about doing a TikTok Doughnut
a
Table?
TikTok on the table. Oh,
The
I'm down.
like I say, I do TikToks now, and I'm like, I just talk wrestling on it, and the amount of views you can get. Like I streamed John Cena's last match, and even though it was like 2-3 in the morning,
Yeah,
at one point I was on like 103 like people in my chat.
yeah.
It can really, if you hit it at the right time, you can do very well on it. So
It's quite interesting, I know, when you look at it, because like on Twitch, when you see viewers coming in and you're looking at viewers and stuff like that, it's very like almost feels like heavier when you look at your stats on Twitch and you're like, oh, how many people's in my stream? What am I doing? But it's on TikTok, it feels so much more fluid and so much more fast paced and a lot less pressure.
yes, the only
And I
thing
just think it's quite an interesting dynamic. Go on.
the only thing I would say about TikTok is you have to accept you are going to get a lot of hollow follows. People will just follow you
Yeah.
and they never turn up ever again. And the TikTok AI is atrocious. It's so horrible. Like I would say, I don't know how far you've looked into this, but oh my god, it is horrible. You I would highly suggest not swearing within the first 30 minutes because
Oh,
that's
I've heard that, yeah.
that's when TikTok's watching you the most. And even if what happened to me was if you say a wrong
I've heard your story.
yeah, if you say it wrong,
Yeah,
if you say the
yeah.
wrong word, you'll get suspended.
Yeah.
Don't talk about Dink the Clown. And don't go onto his
I've
Wikipedia.
heard this. I can't remember who was telling me.
Don't go on his Wikipedia page and read the opening paragraph because you will get banned. Well, you get suspended.
Ah, it's hench.
And if you're metal head, don't threaten your friends even in a playful way because you get suspended on there as well.
This is it, isn't it? It's almost I don't know, channeling people to a certain type of content. I wonder if it's because there's younger audiences and they're like a bit more focused on keeping things clean. Don't know.
But like even stuff like using Streamlabs, not the TikTok studio, you can not get banned, but you can get really chucked down the algorithm.
Get penalties.
Yeah, just because you're not using their studio. It's mental. It is. It's wild.
Yeah, you'd have to get Ross on for when he does his one. Maybe talk a little bit about TikTok with Ross because he's been going through it all lately. So that'd be quite an interesting donut table.
Wow.
I try not to get too involved because I'm stuck on the tail side, but yeah, he's been balls deep in it.
Yeah, the TikTok AI is hench. It's really hardcore. And if you say the wrong thing or show the wrong thing or play the wrong sound, off.
Gonzo.
Yep. But yeah. Anyway, anything else for anything else?
No, I think I'm good. I'm gonna make a bit of an effort to come back maybe 2 or 3 times throughout the year, so we don't so it's not March.
Oh my god!
April. What time I come back again?
Are you gonna ask me to come on the show?
I am. I'm gonna DM you and I'm gonna be like, I would love a seat in the donut table, please, if it's going.
Because anybody in the chat can do that as well. If you want to be on the show and you got something to talk about.
That was almost scripted, wasn't it?
Almost. Right. Anyway. Yeah. It's really weird because normally I ask questions about you to people to say, like, what would Mr. Slippers do? But we're talking about 2026 and I can't really ask you, what would you like to do in 2026, Mr. Slippers, if... Yeah, what would you want to do in 2026?
Mr. Slippers needed advice for 2026.
Yeah.
What do you tell him to do?
Yeah, what would be the one thing you want to do in 26?
One thing I want to do in 26,
Yeah.
launch tail. Launch tail is what I want to do in 2026.
He's wishing his life away straight to Q4, everyone. That's what he's doing.
No, the fun's in the journey, boys.
It is.
And even when it launches, we're going to have loads to do, so...
Like I was say, when you launch, that's just the start.
No, show us your slippers. There's no slipper, but for you, my man, I give you the croc.
And do you know what I do?
It is the croc.
I give you the croc as well.
What a man.
My croc with Bluey, a carrot, and a watermelon.
That's horrendous.
Exactly.
But I'll lay off.
Anyway, right. We're going to head on off now, everyone. Liam, thank you very much for being here. Normally this would be like promo yourself, but you don't promo yourself. So promo what you're doing and what things you would want to promo.
I want to do promo tail. I'm going to do. If you're in the chat, you haven't been to the website, go to tail-app.com and have a look at what we're doing with tail.
Get into
You know, I'm going to even be that guy now, and I'm going to put a link in because I'm that much of a guy on it. So go and take a look at what we're doing.
Do you know in 2026 he's going to have a tail tattoo?
I am. It's going to be a tail.
I reckon we should.
I don't know if that works.
I reckon we should put like a thing of if you get so many, I don't know, downloads or whatever by time of launch, you get a tail tattoo.
That's what it'll be.
Because you know you still have never done. You never
What's
did
that?
the 1 chip challenge.
I haven't.
No.
One of these days, brother.
Well, you
I'll
said
sit down and I'll take it.
You just said that you're going to come back on 3 or 4 times, so you know.
I'd rather get a tattoo. Straight up, like maybe I will.
Maybe you will. You're not allowed to.
Oh, there we are. There's JL coming in. Tail is the future.
Exactly.
It's the future, boys. Nah, seriously though, if you haven't seen it, go and check out what we're doing. And if you've got any thoughts on it, just drop me a line on Twitter. I'd love to hear what you're thinking about it. The good, the bad, the ugly. Never been afraid of any feedback. And because, like you say, it's been built for you guys.
As I say, yeah, it's for the creators. So, like, you know, if a creator comes and says, "Oh, what about this?" you pretty much have to have a look at it because that's what your audience is wanting, isn't it? You know what I mean?
That's it, baby.
Yeah.
That's it. You can't do the one chip challenge anymore. I just have the raw dog, some hot sauce.
No, it's because
Don't worry, I got it.
It's because you're not allowed to punish yourself.
What?
So it's I know it's TikTok's TOS, but it's it might be Twitch's as well, that you're not allowed to punish. You're not allowed to put yourself in pain.
But what if I enjoy it?
Then you can just do it with no problem.
Then we're good. As long as I smile while I'm smashing it.
But you cannot do a one chip challenge and keep a straight face.
I can.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
I'll be raw. You'll just see like the blood level rise, but I'll be raw.
Right.
Be fine.
Anyway, we're going to head things off now because we have gone over... 50 minutes is fine. The boss is here. I've got this extra time. Yeah, so I've been Quack My Panda in my usual stuff. Battle Sim Season 6 starts on Sunday. So that's going to be a good one. But yeah, unless there's anything else, Leon, this is the part where we wave now and we say goodbye to everyone.
No, it's been Gucci, man.
Yeah, it's been
nice chatting.
Thank you very much for being on, and hopefully, like you say, hopefully you'll actually be on more than once a year.
Pencil me in for 2 or 3. We'll get one every quarter, is it? At the end of every quarter.
John, I thought you said pencil me in for 203. I was like, 3rd of September, March? Like, okay. Anyway, I thought you were literally giving me dates. I was like, whoa, no. Anyway, right. This is the part now where I got to look at the screen, wait for the update, and then we just got to wave to say goodbye now. So, everyone, we will see you in 2 weeks, yes, for the next one. Leon, thank you very much for being here. And until then, everyone, you got to wave now. This is the part where you wave. And I'll just talk until the thingy happens. There we go. Right, everyone, we will see you in 2 weeks' time. So, bye-bye for now. All right, there we go.
See you later.